All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another episode. I got a title for this, but we're going to save that for another episode. But how's everyone doing? This is Abaddon. Welcome to another show. And this morning's going to be interesting because we're actually going to talk about something music related. And this is something that I really have to give a shout out to my homie Curtis King for this because he posted on Twitter yesterday, and if I had the computer, I would definitely show you how to tweet in itself. But it was thought provoking, and it was basically discussing Spotify's new policies on how they are going to start paying their artists. So shout out to Curtis King for that. We will definitely highlight more of that later on. But I wanted to actually touch on the article because it interests me to actually go ahead and look this up. So when you go to billboard.com and it says Spotify is changing how it pays artists. The headline reads, the company is planning changes to its current royalty model in 2024 that would disqualify some tracks from payments and increase penalties for fraud. So this already can look a certain way depending on where you want to stand with it. But when you look at the policies that will change, it reads a new threshold of minimum annual streams that a track must meet before it starts to generate royalties. The threshold, according to MBW, will demonetize tracks that had previously received 0.5% of Spotify's royalty pool. What that basically says is your track needs to be listened to enough times in order to get money now. So you now have a streaming requirement in order to make money off a track. Before, if you was to use a distributor like DistroKid, you wouldn't necessarily be limited to that. So even if you made 5 cents, 30 cents, which is it's that bad, 5 cents or 30 cents that month, you would have still earned that 5 or 30 cents. So if you only made about, let's just say, $5 in a year, you would have definitely gotten that. You would have received it. All that would have been yours. Spotify is they're turning the lock on that and making it a lot harder to gain. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But I'm going to read the other things. It says financial penalties from music distributors and labels when fraudulent activity on tracks that they have uploaded to Spotify has been detected. So basically, if you are not using integrity when uploading tracks, you're just trying to upload blank tracks or longer tracks that really don't really have much towards the end, then there's going to be more penalties for that. And a minimum playtime length that non-music noise tracks such as bird sounds or white noise must reach to generate royalties. So again, if you just upload tracks that have white noise or bird sounds on Spotify, which people do upload that, you would need them to play longer now in order to generate any sort of income. So the question we should be asking with this is, who does this benefit? And who is getting the shorter end of the stick when you see stuff like this? And you guessed it, the major labels are the ones who will likely benefit from this. Or the more dominant independent labels will be the ones who will benefit from this. The people who won't exactly benefit from this are the ones who are starting up and just getting their handles as being an independent artist. Those are the ones who are likely to not benefit from this at all. And this is why it is important for you, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, that you need to know how to build your own. You need to know how to build your own platform. You need to know, well, not your own platform. You need to know how to build your own audience, and you need to know how to maintain that audience. And you need to know how to build that audience without the platform holding it for you. Here's the thing with Spotify that I will say you don't really consider. Crazy Life HD, what's going on? Um, One of the things that a lot of people don't necessarily consider when building their own is the fact that you will how should I put this? You're gonna have to when you use Spotify. I'm getting my thoughts as I go, so bear with me, y'all. When you use Spotify, you don't have any control to see who's coming to listen to your stuff. There's no way you can actually know who is listening to your music. You can know their demographic. You can get an idea of where they're at, but you don't necessarily know who's listening, and you don't necessarily know how to maintain a better relationship with those fans. All you know are the demographics, which is cool. You can know, hey, it's the male or females who are listening. They're around this age group and they live here. Demographics are cool, but anyone who is in marketing will tell you you need a lot more demographics to build an audience. You need psychographics. You need to know their behaviors online and offline. You need to know a lot more than just their demographics. Demographics, what you see on the outside. Trusting in Spotify, man, I would go as far as saying trusting it on YouTube only gives you but so much. So the key lesson, what you see at Spotify here, I'm going to apply this to YouTube as well. Don't rely on the platform. Don't rely on the platform to yield the financial benefits that you desire. You can see, and I could actually use these two as examples. Spotify and YouTube pay you pennies in comparison to you getting the audience directly. Think about that for a second. You get 1,000 some odd streams on Spotify to get pennies to $1. You get thousands of some odd streams on YouTube, you get pennies to $1, depending on your RPM on YouTube, of course. But and don't get me wrong, YouTube is probably the best when it comes to the streaming game, but that's how much you're getting in Spotify, and you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Like, I want you to think about this for a second. If you got 1,000,000 some odd streams on Spotify, right? Ask yourself, is it you can get a good bit of change from that, but ask yourself, is it worth it? If you was to actually get way more than that and way more people directly supporting you. Let's just say if you had, what's the good example? Let's just say you had 1,000,000 downloads and your track was $1 and all that was directly under your website. Would you be more happier with that versus on Spotify? I'll give you 1,000,000 streams. I'll give you in between $8,000 to $10,000 for that, roughly. I could be wrong with the numbers, but last time I checked, that's roughly what you could possibly get off Spotify for that. And don't get me wrong, that's still good for one song and everything, but that's it. No one purchased, and there's no way to cultivate a better relationship with them after they leave. They listen to your song and they're gone. How about you actually create something where your fans can have a better relationship with you? And that's all I'm saying. And the benefits of, creating your own website, creating your own email list. When you create your own email list, you have the benefit of giving things like I said, royal. I'm thinking of royalties. You're thinking of giving things that are valuable to your audience. That's actually valuable to them. When you actually sit with your audience and actually create a community for them, you can actually give them what's valuable to them directly. And it makes you a better leader when you do that. So that's pretty much where I was going at with with Spotify, and their artists. I personally, I have a DistroKid account, so I do have my music on Spotify, but it has been a focus of mine for a very long time because it's not the best thing. For some reason, I don't know if I'm getting comments on over here. Let me see something for a second. Do-do-do. Yep. Okay. Hold up. So I had to go back and check. It's there. Okay, stream info. All right. If I'm getting comments on Facebook or Twitter, please excuse me if I'm not responding to them. I cannot, for some reason, only YouTube is coming up right now. So if you're on Facebook, please comment and everything. I will definitely double check. If you hear this during the live stream, let me know that you heard that. This way, I'll just double check, and if it's causing an issue there, we'll iron that out by tomorrow, this weekend. So don't worry about that. But yeah, those are some of the benefits when you actually literally take the time to build your audience yourself and build an email list and give your customers things that's valuable to them. They will speak for you. No problem, Crazy Life. I appreciate you. They will speak for you. They will be your street team. They will tell people about your stuff when you actually go out and create value for them. How many times have you think about yourself for a second? How many times have you really liked something and you went and told a few friends about it because of how much you liked it? Like, think about your own self for a second. How many times have you played a really good video game and you had to go talk about it on social media? You had to go tell all your friends about it. Or how about a song you really heard? You had to go tell somebody. Or how about, let's just go where we are in the times now. You saw a good reel that made you laugh. What did you do? You shared it with a friend. You see, share with a friend. You shared it with a friend. And that's something that you can do more often, when that's something that you can have done for you if you create the content that's valuable for the people. Now, this goes into something else that I wanted to speak to, because it goes into a much larger issue. And that's artists, content creators alike, stop relying on these platforms. Let's say it again. Stop relying on these platforms. They are not your friend. I said it for you. So you don't have to worry about anyone else saying it for you. Stop relying on these platforms to save you. Stop looking at these platforms and say, if I get X amount of streams, or if I get this to work, I'll be in a good place. The passive income is good. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to have money coming in. It's cool to have money on automation, but there are more efficient ways to create passive income and for money to come in that doesn't rely on you getting paid less than your worth. One way is affiliate marketing. You could literally, I'll give you one affiliate marketing that I know of that is way more efficient. You could become an affiliate marketer for TubeBuddy. And basically, for every time someone renews their subscription, you get a kickback from that. So just imagine, let's say you get paid $5 from every TubeBuddy account, right? And let's just say you bust your behind and you get 1,000 people to sign up under you for TubeBuddy, because 1,000, your 1,000 is the golden ticket, right? Times that 1,000 by $5, and now you have $5,000 coming in every single month that you don't have to create content for. Everything, these people who just sign up for you, of course, it comes from your other work, but you don't have to work as hard. As soon as they sign up, most people don't cancel a subscription. Matter of fact, put a 1 in the chat if you cancel your subscriptions. If you actually cancel your subscriptions all the time, put a 1 in the chat if you actually cancel your subscriptions. If you don't cancel your subscriptions and you forget that you subscribed to some things, put a 2 in the chat. Most people will get a subscription, forget that even they're subscribed to something. Or If they're using it, they're like, I'm using this anyway. And that's the thing. TubeBuddy is not a useless subscription. Most people use it. Most people who are content creators are using it to better their channel. So you can get, if you get enough people signed up under you, you could get a commission rate of 50% of commissions. That is insane. 50% every single month from a subscription. So imagine you get some people who are paying $20 a month for TubeBuddy. That's $10 towards you. So let's just say you get $250. Let's have some fun with the math. Let's say you got $500 to sign up for $5. That's $2,500, right? And then you got another $500 to sign up for $10. That's $7,500 a month that you basically have coming in automation. Doesn't that look a lot better than relying on ad revenue, which fluctuates consistently? Doesn't that look a lot better than relying on Spotify, which fluctuates each time? And mind you, this is the part they don't tell you. If you're using DistroKid, you got to wait 3 months to get paid for your Spotify. So you have to stream for 3 months. Then you got to see, I made $6 in the past 3 months. So it's like, do you want to do that? And of course, some people make more than that, but I'm actually giving a perspective of somebody who may just be starting. I don't want to give you the glamorous, I made $3,000 off Spotify and instant. No. Starting out, you may just make a couple of bucks, and that's okay because humble beginnings are real. So that's all I got to say. I want to give some room for some questions and some answers before we close out, because I got to get clocking to work in 13 minutes. But does anyone have any questions? Welcome to the chat. Europe, I appreciate you coming through. Anyone have anything in the chat they got to say towards me? Anything at all? Anything at all? Y'all don't mind me. I'm actually just moving around, looking at the chat and just checking on a few things. Me and Europe are producers too, but we are free. No major. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. What program do you all use? I know you say you all are producers. What program? What DAW do you use? Yo, Abby the Don. Yo, what's going on, Key? How you doing, bruh? My boy Key. Key is definitely a gaming YouTuber. Like, yo, Key is. I see you. You are growing this channel. I know you was on Twitch, but you're definitely doing your thing, bro. Appreciate you coming through and appreciate the shout out. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. I hit the iPad over on YouTube, and y'all got the sound popping up on this side. So if y'all get the kickback, don't appreciate that. Just checking over on YouTube and just seeing. I say YouTube, Facebook, to seeing if everything's going through. See, everybody coming through now when I already finished. You see, I'm calling this vibe. Appreciate you, Big Dog. Appreciate you too, man. We're on. Yeah, catch us on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. We will be doing this every morning. So for those of you who are here, since we got more people here, we'll be doing this Monday through Friday every morning, 8:30 a.m. and Saturday and Sundays, 9 o'clock a.m. If something changes, we'll still stream that day, just probably a different part of the day. Spotify putting a minimum on their streams is wild. It is wild. Like, that's wild. That's like, imagine if YouTube told you that, hey, listen, if you don't make 5,000 views this month, you ain't getting nothing from us. Imagine if YouTube told you that you need to make a minimum of 5,000 views per month to get anything from them that month. That I'm not giving. I hope you don't take no ideas. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not cool. Start again. What do you mean, Europe? Let me know what you mean by that. Machine and Fruity Loops, Reason and Cubase. So you use all of them. I've actually used all of these before, but I've currently used Machine and Fruity Loops together right now. Right now my computer is out of commission. When it gets back into commission, I fuse my machine within Fruity Loops now. Sometimes I just do Machine because it's a little bit easier. But actually, no, I'm lying. I do Machine totally right now because I have Machine Plus where I could operate as a standalone. I think if you have something everybody wants, YouTube is enough. That is a great comment, but I want to address it and challenge it with this. And I want to say, if you have something everybody wants, YouTube is not enough. Your own website is enough. Because if you have something that everybody wants, here's the thing. YouTube is a place to get views, and it's great for turning cold leads into warm leads. But the problem that I have with YouTube is you don't get to have an email list or a tracking of the people who you're serving. So let's just say you have a good product, right? And that product could yield people a really good result, and people go to your website and they buy from your website from YouTube, right? And they let you know that. How can you cultivate a follow-up with them outside of YouTube? See, it's the relationships you create outside of YouTube that actually help your business stay in business. Because here's the thing. What happens if YouTube shuts down? What happens if by some random chance, is a glitch, your channel is permanently deleted or banned? What happens if your channel gets hacked? See, those securities, it's like relying on another platform to keep the security. Don't get me wrong. Rent is good. Like, I call YouTube rental property. Rental property is good. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad having rental property. But what if something happens and you lose everything overnight? Then what? That's why I don't believe YouTube is enough. No, I don't like FL. Everything got its own sound. Oh, they were talking. Oh, I have an MK2. He said, I have been terminated before. Most devastating thing ever. I wasn't prepared. See? Right there. Key example. Key example. That's the part that I wanted to say. It's like, you can't prepare for that. And I'm sure my dude here has a contingency plan just in case. If that ever happens, this is what we do. And this is why having things like Patreon, having other things in place is worth it. But I would say, if you can get your own website, get your own name.com, get the name of your website, whether it's your name or the name of your company.com, secure it. Even if you don't even use it, secure it. Pay for it like you pay for insurance. And it's keep it as a just in case plan if you have to for the first few months or even the first few years. Because I promise you, there'll be a time when that is going to be the saving grace for a lot of content creators. I didn't get my channel until back 3 years later, and my life changed. Totally. See, TikTok is a game over app, but it pushed every non-named rapper and producer. See, here's the thing about TikTok, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna give y'all some free game with this. The faster you shoot up, the easier it is for you to fall down, or the easier it is for you to be forgotten. The faster you get in people's memory, and you just got there quick, fast, in a hurry, the easier it is to forget. I've been doing not just YouTube, but I've been dealing with the multimedia space since 2010 or 2009. And I could tell you, there are YouTubers, there are rappers, there are producers who don't make content anymore. This is a game for the long haul. And a lot of people don't make content no more because it can be a very demotivating profession if you don't have the right backing. I'm going to save everyone who is listening right now. Get yourself a team. Stop trying to do all this by yourself. Yeah, my new channel is based off my business. I run so YouTube is extra pocket money on top, so I don't need it. See, he put some things in place that he YouTube is the last bucket that he has to rely on. And once you do that, it puts you in a position to win. Love you too, man. Appreciate you coming by. So it's 8:55. I gotta keep my integrity and I gotta clock into my work at a reasonable time. It's a blessing. It's a huge blessing to work from home. So I'm gonna continue these up as long as I can. The goal, I'm gonna tell y'all this since y'all hearing me on day 2. The goal is to go live every single day for 1 year. So we started yesterday. We're gonna go live every single day for 1 year, and we'll see what happens. And we're gonna find something to talk about every single day. There's always something to talk about. So we'll find something to talk about every single day for 1 year, and we'll go from there. And this is my way of saying I'm not letting myself not make content. I'm tired of being on Twitter and seeing my peoples like Key and seeing like my boys like Rob and a whole bunch of other people make their content, and I'm sitting there in the bleachers like, I want to make content too. I can't make content. Nah, I ain't doing that no more. So I appreciate you all. If anything, y'all can catch the replay. We'll be back here tomorrow. And as always, y'all know the deal. If you like this video, especially if you're here out on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're not on YouTube, you're on Twitter and Facebook, please hop over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And most of all, you make sure you share this with a friend. This is Abaddon, and I'm out. Peace!